Hello everybody, hope you are doing well. Today again I'm gonna to continue my lecture with part design. I will try to draw some parts, but this time let me share my screen with you. This time I'm gonna to draw some parts which are available on the paper. As you can see here, we have some parts, and I'm gonna to develop these, the parts here in my screen. You can see, okay, I will share this part with you. Actually, I'm gonna to draw some of these parts. I have lots of these papers. I will, for example, select to draw 1, 2, 3, and the rest will be your homework. Okay, so you have to complete. I will share this file with you, and you have to complete all the pages. But I'm not gonna to cover in the lecture. I'm not gonna to show you how we can draw all of these works. Actually, these parts. I will select some of them, and I will continue my work with. Actually, I will try to share, uh, let's say, let me represent you. Stop sharing. Now I'm gonna to share you my other screen, which I have my SolidWorks. Hope you can see my SolidWorks here. Now I'm gonna, as I said, to draw some parts which are available on the paper, and these parts, they have exact actually the dimensions for these parts. Now, as always, we are gonna to start with hopefully I am, let me say I'm recording, my recording. Yeah, okay, it's recording, thank you. Now let me show you, okay, my screen. Now I'm gonna to start with file, new, and definitely as always we are gonna to start with file, with part, and we'll select the parts, and the drawing environment will be available. Now what we are going to do, we are going to actually, let's say, start with number 1 in the paper, which is called as bedway. Okay, now for doing this, but try, as always, try to the stepwisely follow up my steps. Okay, but later for some parts you will have time to think which view you have to start and how you are going to start. Everybody will start with different views. It's possible. Okay, so I'm going to start with top view, select top plane. Now this time I'm using my mouse, that's why I will be a little bit quick. Okay, now after selecting the plane, I have to say view orientation and normal to, and as always we have to start with the sketch. Here I'm going to use a corner rectangle. Okay, be careful, as previous time I said, you have to start from the center point and draw a rectangle. Okay, the size of this rectangle is given on the paper. Okay, here smart dimension, I'm going to put the dimensions here. Actually a little bit slow, so I have to select the line and put the dimension. Here the dimension is 75. Okay, right, confirm. Now be careful here, the unit always is metric gram second. If yours is not, at the beginning of the file you have to change it as millimetric system. Okay, and I'm gonna to put another dimension for this line. Okay, it is 140. Okay, now as you can see here, we are expecting to have the red, the black colors. And as you can see here, my sketch is totally black. It means that my work in this sketch is finished and is completed, and I can go to features. So I'm going to go to feature, and I'm going to use extruded boss or extruded base. Here the height which I'm going to create is 25. Okay, put 25. You can confirm from here, or you may confirm from here. Okay, I'm gonna to confirm this part. Okay, now I made a part isometric view, view orientation, and isometric view. Okay, if you check the paper, okay, let me represent you to the paper. Uh, Share screen. In the paper, the part which I'm gonna to create is this part. Okay, it is along with this axis. But if you have a look to my file here, okay, let me show you my file. The direction of the part is not correct. That's why I'm going to make a change in this part, okay? And I'm going to show you how we can change these directions, okay? So I'm gonna to go and work on three diagrams. As you can see here, we have the same situations. I'm gonna to work on this part, okay? Yeah, click on plus sign, and in the sketch try to make a right click and edit the sketch. Okay, the sketch will be appeared here, normal 2. Okay, as you can see here, this one is 75 and this one is 140. Much better to make a change, this one as 140 and this one as 75. Okay, now the base part, confirm it. Okay, isometric. Now you have to confirm from here. Okay, you can see the parts will be appeared, right? Now, as you can see here, the base, the direction of the base is changed. That's why we can continue to work on this part, isometric, okay, a little bit more. Now, I'm gonna to make or build another block here. That's why I have to select the suitable plane, which this plane, click on the space, the bottom on the keyboard, and then the view orientation will be appeared, and then select normal 2. Okay, now we have the plane which we are going to work, and it is on my front, it is on my direction. Okay, then I can go to sketch and select corner rectangle. I'm gonna to make a rectangle from this corner, okay, and I will come up to here. But be careful, you can, if you come up to here, it is the midpoint of the parts, and the color of the rectangle will be totally black. We don't need to select, we don't want to select the midpoint, okay? That's why this one is quite suitable for us. And now I'm gonna to, define, definitely this length is clearly defined. The only length which we are gonna to define is this length. If we define this length, the color of this rectangle will be totally black. Okay, so I'm gonna to go to smart direction, smart dimension, select this line and put a distance as given on the paper. It is 32. Okay, now we have this the sketch on the top of this part, as you can see here. Okay, now I'm gonna to use again feature extrude. Okay, the height which is given on the paper is actually 60, but this height is 25. That's why we can say 60 minus 25. We don't, in using SoildWorks, we don't need to use calculator, because here you can use the plus sign, multiply and divide, divisions, everything is possible to do here. I'm gonna to extrude this part as 60 minus 25. Okay, it is 35. I made I press on the enter and the results is appeared. It is 35, and I'm just gonna to click as confirm or as okay. Now we made this part. Now I'm gonna to continue my work. Another step in my part is will be appeared here. You just need to select this plane, normal 2, okay, and sketch rectangle. Here I'm gonna to select this point and make a rectangle up to here. Okay, escape in your keyboard. Okay, my work with the rectangle is means my work with rectangle is finished. Now it's time to dimension. This one is given on the paper as 12. okay, and this one on the paper it is given as 38, okay. But if you add these two dimensions, definitely the color of this rectangle is not black. It means that still it needs more dimension, okay. But why we need more dimension? Because we have to say what's the distance of this line from this side, okay. That's why I'm gonna to say the distance between here to here is actually, when you check the paper, this distance is not given on the paper. But when you're looking to the paper, the parts, okay, definitely if this distance is required, this should be given on the paper. But it is not given. It means that you have to put this rectangle at the center of this line. This line totally it is 75 millimeter, if you remember, okay. Now we can use minus 4 as 38, the length of this line, okay, and we have to actually it is uh, uh, 37, but this number should be divided by 2 because we are expecting to put it at the mid, okay. So it will be 80.5, okay. So try to follow up this way in any parts which is not have dimensions. When the dimension is not given, definitely the designer put this sketched on the center, okay. So this one is 80.5. Confirm. Isometric. Now we have a sketch on the top of this part. Now I'm gonna to use a cut extrude or extruded cut, feature extruded cut, okay. The dip is not given on the paper, okay, but as always, if this dip important it is not true all, definitely the height of the dips should be clearly given on the paper, okay, but not. That's why we are gonna to say true all. It means that we are gonna to select this cut this rectangle through the part, okay, true all and confirm. Now we can see the part is now isometric. Now I'm going to rotate the part. In order to rotate the part, in your mouse we have a midpoint. Press on midpoint and try to try to rotate your part. As you can see here, the parts here, this space is the cotton through all, okay. Now again I'm gonna to go to isometric view, okay. Now one more time I'm gonna to work on this plane, okay. View orientation, normal to sketch rectangle, okay. The rectangle which I'm gonna to develop here is some points in here. Look here, this is the end line, this is the midline, and this is the end of the line. Here it is not on the end, it is not on the mid, okay. In here I'm gonna to make a line from up to this line, okay. Escape. As you can see in the figure, this one, the color of these lines is blue. It means that it needs dimensions. But what dimensions do we need? We only need to say what's the distance of this line from this side, okay. And actually we need to say what the distance. Before doing this, let me delete this one. If you want to delete, you can select it, and in your keyboard you can delete it, okay. We need to say what is this distance. This distance is given on the paper as 25, okay, and here totally is 75. We have 25 here. That's why the distance from here to this side should be 25, okay. Now the color of the lines here is black. It means that we can continue our work. We can go to the next step, okay. Next step definitely is a feature. We are going to go to feature, okay. We are going to use cut extrude or extruded cut, okay. This one is given as, in the paper, it's given as 12. Okay, and confirm. Now you can see this is the part up to here. Okay, now I'm going to continue my work here by selecting this line, this plane. Okay, select this plane, normal to, okay, sketch. This time, for the first time, I'm going to use line. Okay, use line. Okay, here we have midpoint, but not select midpoint. Okay, come here in a point, select up to here, now up to here, and close it. Be careful, I made 3 lines. Okay, maybe this one is not clear, but we start from this point to here, and we made the sketch close. In SolidWorks, almost 90% of the sketches should be actually closed. Otherwise, the system will not be able to realize it. Okay. Now, one more time, I'm gonna to uh, actually put dimensions. Okay. Here, this smart dimension, this one is 70. Okay. But this one is totally 75. Okay, from here to here is 60 plus actually 12 8,5 19,5. Okay, here just we have to make a calculations because it is dimension is not directly given. Okay, that's why I'm gonna put, okay, do a calculations. Okay, 25 plus 32, okay, minus 75. Okay, it is 80. Okay, divided by 2, it is 9. Okay, I'm gonna to say this one is 9. Okay, so what I did, okay, I made a rectangle. The color of my rectangle right now, it is 9. It is quite black. Okay, this height is 70 and this one is 9. Okay, now if you check the paper, we have the same rectangle on this corner. One possible way is drawing again this rectangle, but this one is very time consuming. Okay, now I'm going to show you a new techniques. Go to here to line, click on the side of the line and select center line. Okay, now try to find midpoint of this line. Okay, and make a center line. If you check this line is not quite similar for outline. This one is center. It is length line, a point, length line, a point. Okay, now what I did, I tried to make actually a center line here. Okay, now I'm gonna to select whatever I did in this sketch. How it is possible to select? I can click on this point outside of the sketch, okay, and try to make a rectangle. But be careful, the sketch rectangle is not activated. Okay, look, if you select this one, okay, everything will be selected. The color of the lines will be, I mean, the blue, it means that it is selected. This is the possible way. If you do this rectangle from here to here, even if you select a point of the line or a points of the sketch, that the sketch will be selected. Look, I'm not covering all of these lines, okay, but these two will be selected. Okay, but if you make the rectangle from the bottom side, look, you have to click, no, it's that, you have to select all. Look here, I'm gonna to cover these two small, center line is small line, and when I'm covering, okay, these two only will be selected, not these two. Okay, so be careful. Here I'm gonna to select all of these line and center lines. Okay, in Sketch we have a the tool which is called as mirror. Okay, mirror entities. Okay, now if I, after selection, be careful, this center line should be selected. If I click on mirror entity, okay, similar to this one, another one will be created here. It will be black. Okay, this is the tool for making. Mirror is very constructive for making the actually the sketch or drawing the sketch very quickly. Okay, now everything is black. Yeah, we can go to next. View orientation. The isometric, and now feature. Let's try extruded cut. Okay, what? How much? True, and confirm. Okay. Now, what we did, we made a chamfer here. Okay. Now I'm going to continue my work here by selecting in this plane. Now normal 2. Okay. Sketch rectangle. I'm going to work on this, start from here. Unfortunately, oh yeah, because of my computer, that's not my, okay, I'm sorry. Rectangle, okay, from here, make a rectangle, okay, and put dimension. Here is 25, okay. Now, this one is 35, it is 38, sorry, it's given on the paper, okay. This one is 38, okay. Now, 9980, 75, let's do something, okay. Isometric, I forgot the length of this line. I'm going to go to evaluate, measure, okay. Measure this line, it is 57, okay, good. Back to normal 2, okay, 57, sketch. Here, because I have to say what is the distance between these 2 points, okay, or simply it is 57 minus 25, yeah, divided by 2, it is 16, okay, 1/6, okay. Now, as you can see, the distance between this line and this corner is 1/6, this one is 25, this one is 38, okay. And isometric, we have the part, feature, extruded cut, and I'm going to use through all as given on the paper and confirm. Okay, now this is the end of part 1. Now I'm going to show you 2 parts. Okay, this is the parts which we made on the SolidWorks. Now I'm going to stop my sharing and I'm going to represent you my other the screen here, and this is the parts which we tried to make. Okay, now this is the end of the part 1, and you can actually share a screen. You can actually save this part, because this part you have to submit this part for me in SoildWorks. Okay, now I'm going to go to another part, file, new, okay, part, okay. The parts which I'm going to create here is number 2 in the paper, okay. If I show you, if I find the chance to show you the part, okay, this is the part which I'm going to create here, okay. Let me share you. This is the parts which I'm going to create, okay. So definitely this part, this actually file will be available, okay. Now hope you can see my the screen. Now I'm gonna to what I'm gonna to do, I'm gonna to start to draw this part, okay. I'm gonna to this time I'm gonna to work on front plane. Select front plane, normal 2, sketch rectangle. As always, we have to start from this center, make a rectangle. Okay, smart dimension. Here is 82, and this one is 70. All right, it's quite black. For those, before continue, I'm going to show you, because maybe you have some of you may have problem in finding the corner points, finding midpoints. Maybe in your computers, midpoint may not be appeared, for example. Okay, let's represent you how we can set it up, how we can do setup. For example, you have to go tools here. If you come down, here you can find options. Okay, click on options. It will take a few minutes, few seconds to show us the options. All right. Okay. Now here in Sketch, we have a sketch. You can actually, we have many choices. For example, the colors or whatever you want. If you like to have pink, for example, you can make it pink. For if you want to highlight it, different colors is possible to have. Okay, but the one, right? Uh, the one which we are trying to find is sketch. Okay, click on the sketch and relations. Okay, as you can see here, I have tick on all of these sketch snaps. Only in grid I don't have, in angle I don't have. Okay, but maybe, for example, if I remove midpoint, okay, when I'm drawing, the midpoint of the line will not be appeared. Okay, so be careful, check this size, and be careful to have the tick in all of these actually boxes. Okay, and after doing that, here, which it is a little bit difficult for me to let me put here, at the bottom of the page you have the OK, and just click on OK. Okay, now if you do this, the setup of the SolidWorks will be changed. Okay, now I'm going to continue my work. Okay, I made a rectangle with 70 and 82. Okay, now isometric and feature extrude. I'm going to extrude this part as 122. Okay, it's 122. Maybe in the paper we have 72. Sorry, it is 172. 172. Okay, enter and confirm. Right, now isometric, I have this part. Right, I'm gonna to click this plane, normal to, okay, sketch rectangle. Okay, as you can see here, my midpoint is available, my end point is available, everything is available. Okay, I not select midpoint, not end of the line, just make the rectangle here, another rectangle here, maybe. Okay, and what do we want to do? Smart dimension. This one is 20. This one is 22. It is 20. Right. All right. I need a dimension for here. It is, how much is it? It is 82 minus 66 divided by 2. This one is 8. Okay. As if you check the paper, here is 8. Right. Now the height here is given on the paper as from here to here. It is 22. Right. And this one is 22. Now check the colors. Everything is black. ISO. We have these two sketch. Simultaneously, I'm gonna to use feature extruded cut. How much is it? It is true all. Right. We made this part. Let's continue with this plane. Normal to sketch rectangle. Here another rectangle. This distance given on the paper as 45. Okay. Height is given on the paper as 12. Right. Here to here is not given on the paper, but we know that it is actually 82 minus 45 by 2. Okay, it is 80.5. Okay, it's quite black. ISO feature cut extrude. Let's try through all compare. Okay, the parts is developed up to here. I'm gonna continue again to work on this plane, normal to. Okay, I'm gonna this time use line. Okay, I not from this end, a little bit far from this corner, come to here, make a line, look here. This line, all right, should be vertical, be careful. When it is vertical, the vertical sign will be appear. This one is not correct. This one is correct, but this one is not correct. So be careful, this line should be vertical. This one should be horizontal, as mine. And again, another vertical, okay? But line from here to here, but we made a line from this point. Now it's time to look, make a line from this point to this point. Be careful, here to here. It should be closed, okay? Now, what we made a very complex sketch, as you can see here. Maybe this is your first sketch as complex as this, okay? That's why, be careful. We started from here to here. This one is vertical, as you can see here. We have a sign for verticality. This one is horizontal. This one is vertical, but this one is not, okay? And we have a line here, right? Now I'm gonna use a smart dimension, okay? If you check the paper, this one is given as 5, okay? This one is given as 3. Now, I have a rule here, keep this hint in your mind. When you have a complex, actually, sketch as this, try to put dimensions from small to big, okay? So be careful. If you have small dimensions, it might be better to have smalls. Otherwise the figure will be modified, okay? Let's do it. Look, you can delete the dimensions, select delete. Now dimension, look, from here to here is given as 3 in the paper, okay? Put the smallest size. Here, this is the rule. From here to here, it is 3, right? One more is here. This one is 3. Here is 3 too, right? This one is given as 5. Okay. If you do this, okay, still, as you can see, still the color of the lines of the sketch is not black. It means that still it needs more dimensions, okay? Now, one more dimensions which is given on the paper is the angle between these two lines. It is given as 90. Now I'm gonna use a smart dimension. Angle is between this one, select, and this line. Look, here you can define an angle. This angle is 90. Okay, now we made this angle, okay, but still my line's color is not black. Okay, what else I have to do? If I check my paper, okay, I don't have more dimensions, okay, but have a look to the parts, logically these two lines should be equal. It means from size points of view. Okay, how I can do this? I have to select actually this line. Okay, in your keyboard, press on Control, press and keep it. Okay, and then select this one. Okay, both will be selected and the property window will be appeared here. Okay, now come down and select equal. It means that these two lines is equal, right? I'm gonna select equal, okay, and we will see what will be happened. Okay, the color of all the lines is black, and as you can see here, we have equal sign. It means that these two is equal. Okay, now it's a very difficult, actually complex sketch, but we will start to do it. We will try to do our best. Okay, isometric. Now I'm gonna to say feature extruded cut. Okay, definitely we have to select through all and confirm it. Right. What we did, we made a part which is called as number 2 V block. Okay, as you can see here. Now I'm gonna stop my sharing this screen, and I'm gonna to show you how it looks like in the paper. Okay, this is the paper. As you can see, this is number 2, okay, which is given on the paper. But be careful, since this part is, I mean, maybe from configuration points of view, this part is not quite similar for this part, okay? But be careful, the view is important. Here, we are using all the times ISO, I mean, the isometric view, okay? Now, I'm gonna to, go to next. Next part which I'm gonna to create is number 4, this part. It's called as support in the paper, okay? And I will continue my work with drawing this part, okay? Let's represent you my, stop my sharing, and let's work on share screen, and this time again, and SolidWorks, okay? Definitely you have to share this file. You have to save and share this file with me, okay? I'm going to start a new project as part and confirm. Now, it's possible to create this part using different views, but this time I'm going to work on right plane. Okay, select right plane, normal to, right? And I'm going to sketch a rectangle from starting from the center point and sketch a rectangle. Okay. Now, dimensions here is 162. All right. This one is 96. Right. What we did, we made a rectangle as 162 and 96. It's black because I started from the center point. Okay. Now I'm gonna to go to sketch, and I'm gonna to make a actually extrusion as 22 or 25. It is 25. Okay. Now what I did, it is 25, and I made this sketch. Now I'm gonna to select this plane, normal to, and I'm gonna to use a sketch rectangle from here to here. Okay, dimension. This one is 96 in the given as on the paper as minus 76. This one is given as 20. It is 96 minus 76. Okay, and here to here in the paper is given as 38 plus 25. Okay, it is 63. Okay, and the color of this rectangle is black. Okay, now isometric feature cut extrude. I'm gonna to use through all and confirm. Now let's select this plane, normal to, And this time I'm gonna to use rectangle, a line, pardon me, from here to here to here to here. So I made 3 lines from here to here, here to here. Okay. Now dimension, this one is given as 25, and here is 25. All right. All right. ISO, sketch, cut extrude, and we have to select true all and confirm it. All right. Now we are going to add more, the features. We have to select this part, this plane, normal to, and I'm going to use actually rectangle from here to here. Smart dimension, this one is given on the paper as 36. Here to here is given as 96. Okay. And as you can see, the color of the sketch is black. Now we can go to isometric and extrude. Definitely, if you wish to see how it looks like, you have to be isometric, right? How much I have to extrude? It is 34 minus 25. I have to extrude by 9. Okay, if you check the paper. Okay, it's extruded. Now I'm gonna to select this plane, normal to, sketch, rectangle, one more rectangle from here to here. But as you can see, I never select from midpoints. Okay, now this one is given as 38. This one is 19, and it should be black. Okay. Now isometric, extrude. How much I'm gonna to extrude? 8. It's 8. Confirm it. Okay. Now I'm gonna to work on this plane. Normal to, sketch, circle, make a circle here. Okay. Now dimension, diameter of this circle is 1/6, right? Okay. And from center to here is 1/8. Here to here is 1/9. Right. It's black. ISO, let's say feature, and let's try extruded cut. True all, please, and confirm. Okay, this is a part which is called as support number 4 on the paper. I hope you enjoyed this video, and actually I'm gonna stop my sharing here. Okay, and I will try to build another video, and I will show you how we can make the parts in SolidWorks, much complex parts in SolidWorks. Hope you enjoyed this video. Have a good day.